Hi, this is Tina Ward with CONIX Systems, sharing information about CONIX's new enterprise settlement solution for financial institutions. Financial institutions must ensure that all incoming transactions are accounted for, that all on-us items equal what is posted, and all transit items equal what is sent out in cash letters. This critical operation has become increasingly complex as the number of payment types, channels, and platforms expand. To help institutions simplify this process in today's environment, CONIX built on its experience with its legacy product to provide TCMx, a next-generation settlement solution that accommodates all payments across all channels and all platforms. CONIX's legacy product, TCM, is a mainframe solution that many of the largest U.S. financial institutions have relied on for over 20 years. TCMx is a server-based solution that accommodates settlement of check, ACH, mobile, RDC, image exchange, wire payment systems, and others. TCMx summarizes the information across the various input channels and makes it available to other systems as needed. The solution supports multiple institutions on a single system. This multi-tenancy capability provides the support needed in a service provider environment, as well as accommodating correspondent processing and financial institution mergers and acquisitions. CONIX understands that every financial institution has its own distinct settlement procedures. That's why CONIX designed TCMx to be flexible enough to enable each institution to utilize the various settlement functions as best fits its unique requirements. TCMx provides support for traditional batch processing and also supports the industry's faster payments initiatives with its real-time transaction processing capabilities. TCMx provides significant tangible benefits for financial institutions. By providing a single system that works across the various payment systems to facilitate the settlement process, TCMx increases operator productivity and improves accuracy, the net effect of which is to minimize the resources required for settlement. It also speeds up general ledger posting. In addition, it provides some unit of work level balancing capabilities that facilitate balancing applications in real time and make it easy to identify out-of-balance work. In addition to boosting operational efficiency, TCMx provides a useful tool for institutions looking to migrate to new payment processing platforms. Since TCMx accepts transaction data from multiple production systems and combines this activity for reporting, it can help to simplify the testing and transition phases of these migrations. An added bonus for existing users of CONIX's legacy product TCM is that CONIX will convert the accumulators and tables from their current system to work with TCMx. TCMx uses accumulators to facilitate the settlement process. An accumulator represents a particular type of transaction for which the institution wants to track the total item count and total dollar amount. For example, transit items for a given bank, or DDA credits from telework. Each financial institution can define the accumulators at whatever level needed to meet its unique processing requirements. I'll use a spreadsheet to represent how the system works. Activity enters the system through the day as units of work. The particular unit of work type is dependent on the source of the transaction information. For example, a unit of work might be a run for a Vision IP capture system, or an entry for IBM's Financial Transaction Manager. In addition, X9 files and many other unit of work types are accepted as needed. As the units of work enter TCMx, the transactions are mapped to various accumulators as defined by the financial institution. Its items are sent for analysis to TCMx's accumulator mapping table. Each item, as it enters the system, is compared to the controls in the accumulator mapping table and routed to the appropriate accumulator. This happens for all items in the unit of work. As transactions are processed, item counts and dollar amounts for each accumulator are summarized. Then more units of work enter the system and go through the same process. Each item is analyzed and mapped to its corresponding accumulator. As we now have multiple units of work, we are able to establish accumulator-level totals. This process continues as more and more units of work enter the system. At the end of the day, we have accumulated daily totals for each accumulator in the system. TCMx also supports accumulator groups for a higher level of summarization. An accumulator group can contain the sum total of any number of accumulators in the system. Some useful group definitions might be all transit work for a specific Federal Reserve District, all DDA credits from all sources, or all in-clearing debits. Next, I'll demonstrate some of the key features of TCMx. The TCMx dashboard provides quick access to information that the typical user needs, including handy indicators of in-balance and out-of-balance units of work. Throughout the system, the user can use drop-down boxes at the top right to select a particular institution and select a specific processing date. The Accumulator Overview section provides a snapshot of the accumulator credits, debits, and the difference between them at the top of the screen. The table below provides a more detailed view of the accumulators. In this case, Accumulator 1 represents all demand deposit accounting credits from telework. By selecting this accumulator, the user sees all of the units of work that have been routed to and summarized in the accumulator. By selecting a unit of work, the user sees all of the items processed for that unit of work. If the user needs to make an adjustment to an accumulator, they simply click on the wrench icon for that accumulator. They can then add any missing activity or easily transfer all of the items in the current accumulator to another one if needed. TCMx provides some very flexible and powerful search capabilities for investigating out-of-balance situations. The user can search for items based on any of the criteria on the left side of the screen. For example, suppose the user wants to see all items going to a particular endpoint. They would enter the desired endpoint number and click on the magnifying glass button. All items for that endpoint across multiple units of work and accumulators are displayed. On the right side of this screen, the user can also search for any amount or range of amounts at any level from individual items to accumulator group totals. I'll enter a dollar range of interest and check all available selections. This results in 2 units of work and 1 accumulator total in that amount range. Accumulator mapping controls how incoming items are assigned to the different accumulators. Data from the item itself, the type of work, or any information on the batch or block ticket can be used to determine how to route the item. For the demand deposits credit accumulator, we see that the criteria used to route items to this accumulator are that the item type must be equal to 00, it must be an on-us item that is a credit, and it must have the specified routing transit number on the block ticket. Priority levels can also be assigned to the accumulator mapping rules in cases where an item might match multiple rules. The user can click on the pencil icon to edit the controls for selection. TCMx provides a standard set of reports to facilitate the settlement process, including detailed and summary reports for each accumulator, group reports, and others. An audit report provides an audit trail of any user-initiated changes in the system. I'll select the accumulator summary report. Then I can use the selection boxes to identify specific accumulators or accumulator groups of interest. I'll select the group for the in-clearing debit accumulators. The resulting report shows current and period-to-date amount and item count totals for each accumulator in the group, along with the overall group totals. That concludes the overview of CONIX's new settlement solution. If you would like to learn more about how TCMx can benefit your institution, please contact Steve Fortson via the contact information provided here.